we're starting this video with a dog barking in the background and fireworks going off, or whatever they're shooting on the street right now. Like they're like, I don't know what you call them. They like make like little splatters and sounds and stuff. And anyway, there's a dog barking. And the cards that I got for you while this was happening was Mercurial Sky and Sun. So there's definitely like a flash of something going on, like something that's trying to get your attention. It's something about the future for you. It is an Aquarius full moon reading. So if you're after the Aquarius full moon, if it's the day of for you, or any time really, this is working on the power of the Aquarius full moon that is here. And this is a timeless reading, so you can listen to this anytime you want, but it is very potent for the Aquarius full moon. Even maybe you watch this in the next years to come on a different Aquarius full moon. So I'm getting something with the sun, something with this energy that's flashy, trying to get your attention. Both these cards have the sun in them for your overall energy. It says portent, change, and outlook on this Mercurial Sky card. And I'm reading a book right now that uses the word portent a lot, and they talk about favorable or ill portents, however you pronounce that. And it's like, yes, this outlook, this almost like something about the future here. There's a change on the horizon for you, and there's like a sign here. Yes, I was asking in the beginning and during my meditation, are there any signs for whoever's watching this reading? And I got a feather was the sign that I got, was like that came to mind, was a feather. That might be important to you if you've seen a feather on the street or something like that. But that seemed an important sign. And then, yes, with the sun, it's this vitality, this power, this energy. You have this vitality within you that's ready to move on to this next thing. And with the power of these Aquarius, like full moon, like that can be, a lot of things can come up for that. I have an Aquarius moon, so Aquarius full moons are always really big astrological events for me. So anyways, we can get more into this reading. Let's see. What is this change that is coming? Okay, we got a couple cards already. What is this change that's coming? Physical body and mask. I mean, these cards have been coming up in quite a few of my readings recently, and I shuffle this deck so good before I record these, and it's so interesting that like this is probably one of the third or fourth videos that has mask and physical body come up. So this is asking you, it's telling you and asking you, like, what about your physical body and this mask that you wear is like a change is coming, or like in what way is that not the real you, the way that you present yourself, the way that you walk about in life. It's yes, and that's what Aquarius moon, the full moon is all about, this authenticity coming through, these like urges to really truly express yourself from within. And I feel like the change that's coming is you finding exactly the way that feels the most authentic to you to live your life, to adorn your body. I feel like for me recently, maybe not recently, but for the past like year or two, I've really been experimenting with my personal style, and that might be something that is a thing for you as well, with this authentic nature of like dressing yourself authentically, of what you actually feel inside, like dressing yourself like that on the outside as well. And I mean, this mask is really like a beautiful, beautiful drawing. This artwork is amazing. And you might have crafted your mask that you wear now in a similar way. There's all these adornments, there's all these little tiny things. Like, you might have crafted your personal style or the way that you go about life. You've crafted it and carved it into a certain way, but is that really you? This really pushes the question, is that really you? And why are you doing it that way? Not to, undermine you, but like a rightful challenge of like, is this truly my authentic self? Maybe this was your authentic self in the past, or maybe it was you reaching for something else in the past, but who are you right now in this moment? Okay, it's okay to change, it's okay to evolve, and no one's out here pointing fingers being like, you changed, like what's wrong with why you like this? And if they are pointing fingers, that's none of their business, because you're you and they're them. You could do whatever you want and they could do whatever they want. So yeah, I feel like that's kind of how we're starting with this reading, this energy of like authentic nature, and there's going to be some changes with that for you coming up. Let's see. I want to know, maybe I should put this in. I want to know in what area of life that this is in. I'm going to use these cards. What area of life is this for whoever's watching this? Are ways to be authentic? Like, in what area of life do you need to be more authentic? That's kind of the question I was thinking of before I said it. Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups. This is such a pretty card too. This white owl. This white owl. It's in the emotional realm. The Knight of Cups is on a mission, but also like you could. What I'm getting is there's kind of two sides to this. It's like you could have a hard time. Like you naturally wear your heart on your sleeve, but you don't like that about yourself, and so you try to cover it up. You try to switch the direction in which that emotional energy is going so people don't see it. Like if you're emotional about something, you kind of like pull and like take the direction, point it in a different way. Yes, that's water. That's water on my window AC unit. Basically, anytime that happens, the water from the person living above me, when their unit turns on, it kind of like drips onto my unit. And that's water coming down, like letting these emotions like pour out of you. It's what I was trying to say is that you like take the direction and you like shift it this way. Like Knight of Cups is all about going forth with like purpose, but in emotional pursuits. And I feel like you are someone who wears your heart in your sleeve, but you don't allow yourself for that. You don't allow that to be seen. It's like a part of this mask that you're putting up. And I would say challenge your thoughts, your thought patterns of why that's not okay to wear your heart in your sleeve, why that's not okay for people to see your emotions for what they truly are. Like, what about that is so difficult for you, maybe? That's an important question to ask. And a part of the Aquarius full moon energy is asking these really important questions to get down to the core of something, because there's a lot there. Aquarius is an air sign, and it lives a lot up here. And I read this analogy one time, and it's always stuck with me because I feel it so deeply as an Aquarius moon of the sign Aquarius is the water bearer. They're holding this like pitcher of water, and they're always like holding it, and they're like, I just have this thing, and I'm like holding it, and like I don't have somewhere to like set it down. And like it's really important to find those people, find those things where you can like set the emotions down, not to like get rid of them, but just having a safe space to like rest, and like having a safe space to like be like, oh, like somebody's got me, or like this I'm really comfortable here, or this is where I feel safe. And it's really important, I think, for Aquarius moons, but just like this Aquarius full moon energy of like finding a safe place to like put down the pitcher of emotions, this pitcher of water that you've just been carrying around. Like, where can you just like, set it aside on the table for you to pick it up next time you walk to your next destination, right? So that's that analogy or metaphor has always really stuck with me. Yeah. So, okay, we're going to, let's see. You're going on to your next thing, yes. What is your next venture? I mean, I kind of already asked that question with, you know, your authentic nature, but like, and then this is where it is, it's emotional. I was kind of like retracing my thoughts. Like, I feel like, I feel like I needed to like backtrack, and like, I kind of like my memory got like wiped. So you might get to a certain point and be like, oh yeah, what was I doing in? What was I like? You were on this authentic journey, right? And you're like, oh, I'm working on it. I'm getting to a certain point. I'm feeling good. And then all of a sudden something happens that like disrupts you or like pauses you. And you're like, what was I doing again? And you kind of have to sit there and allow yourself to remember, oh yes, I'm trying to be my most authentic version as possible. So that may be something there. I want to know, like, more specifically, we're going to get out more of the tarot now. And this is a deck that I really, really love. I usually use it for myself mostly, but I really felt guided to use it on the channel today because of my Aquarius moon and the Aquarius full moon, and it just felt really close to me. And I don't know, these cards are like close to my heart. Yes, where is this authentic journey, yes, leading you to this destination? I feel like this is like what you need to do to get to your destination. Where is this authentic nature leading you? Yes, okay. Two of Wands. Let's get a little bit more on that. Two of Wands and what else? I have something to say, but we want a little bit more clarity. Where is this leading to? Okay. Yeah. Okay, there's a lot going on here. Okay. This one. Yeah, there's a lot of cups energy here. 7 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles, and 2 of Wands. And there's a lot of twos energy. So, okay. Your authentic nature is, your journey with this is asking you, which direction do I want to go in? And you're kind of like looking one way and the other one's kind of over there, and you're like, am I going the right way? Like, basically there's a divide in the path that you're taking. If you're not focusing on your authentic nature or like allowing yourself to live within that, then you're going to inevitably start to choose a different direction for yourself, choose a different path for yourself. And is that the path that you want to take? So you're kind of here choosing two paths. And with the 2 of Pentacles, it's kind of this like, I feel like it's like this reciprocal energy. This like, these two things are intertwined. It actually doesn't have to be a decision between two paths. It can be, how can I combine these to work best for me? How can I be my authentic self and still walk down this path? So I feel like it might have something to do with a job. It might have something to do with the job, and you like the job, but you're finding yourself not being authentic. How can you still keep this job and continue to be the most you've ever been? And if it starts, I don't know, I'm feeling like you can combine these together. I feel like they're intertwining together in a way that you've always looked at them being separate. You've always looked at them being separate, and you're like, I kind of have to either be authentic or like choose this thing. But like, what Spirit's really coming to you with is that like, these things are intertwined, and you don't have to compartmentalize them. That's kind of where this 7 of Cups comes in, right? That's what it is, right? Yeah, okay. That's where this 7 of Cups comes in. You don't have to compartmentalize. All of your emotions are within these cups, and there's kind of a lot going on, and you're like, oh, which emotion do I choose today? How do I need to live today? It's like, how do you get all of these to like come together within your one self? You know, like, yeah. You don't have to choose which version of you to put on that day. What version is all of those things combined? All of the anger that you have that day, all of the frustration, or all of the joy and excitedness that you have for a certain project or thing that you're working on. You can combine the anger and frustration into the project, and that's how you get this inner fire going. Yes. Okay. What is, I mean, I feel like we've talked about some of the challenges. I was going to say, what's the challenge, but what is something that they do not see coming with this? What is something that, and we've talked about the challenges. The challenges is that you've split everything up and you've become different versions of yourself, and you're wanting to become one version, which is you, who you are today. And what do they not see coming about this? The Empress. Yeah. This was in another reading recently. When you allow yourself to be all that you are and show that, you are such a guiding light to people. It's going to show people how they can also be their true authentic selves. I feel like that's the domino effect that happens with this. When you allow yourself to be who you truly are, it gives other people permission to be who they truly are. What is more with this Empress? What do they not see coming with the Empress? Prince of Cups. This is always a funny card to me. Prince of Cups. So we have the Knight of Cups here, and there's so much Cups energy, all this emotional energy here. I feel like this has to do a little bit with your inner child. Allowing your inner child to shine, to take the podium, to take the throne. I feel like the Empress, like, they're close together. They're close together. They work with each other. What you don't see coming is how much you can touch and connect with your inner child in a way that you haven't allowed yourself before. Maybe there's something here with, like, allowing, like, I don't know. Let's see. Let me ask this first. How does this involve other people? How does this involve other people? Two of Pentacles. Yeah. There's something physical here that I was trying to get at. It's almost like you might be able to create a safe space for people to let their inner child shine, let their inner child sing. There might be something with singing or vocalizing something in here. But with the Two of Pentacles, there's a solid Two of Pentacles again. I had it twice. Wow. Yes, intertwined. Everything is intertwined. It's like the repeating of the same message again and again. The Empress, the Prince of Cups, the Two of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, they're all working together to, you find that friend, you start a project with them, you find that person that you can set down your emotional waters with. You know, you can set it down on the table and you can actually work with them and it lets other people join the project too, or it lets other people, hello, hi, Clover, hi. My little kitty's saying hi. Yes, it creates a safe space for people, and you can aid in creating a safe space for people only when you decide that your authentic self is safe to you. Your inner child is safe within you, and you can let that shine. Let's see. What's something like a direct next step for them? What is the direct next step for the people watching this reading for the Aquarius full moon? What is the direct next step for them? Okay. Wow. Death, Knight of Wands, Four of Pentacles. These two. Death, Knight of Wands, and then we have the Four of Pentacles, but I feel like that's separate from this. The direct next step for you is the death of your old self who is not truly you. And allowing yourself to start on this energy and like start on the energy of joy and what excites you and what helps you like have fun and wonder and anything that like remotely feels fun or exciting or lights like a fire in you. That's the next thing to help carry you to this, like carry you further on your path. The Four of Pentacles, she's kind of holding on to something that, like, this is where you're struggling because you don't really want the death of your old self. Change is hard. That's the thing. That's this portent change outlook. There's a change that's coming, and it will only happen if you're willing to allow it. If you keep just like with this Knight of Cups, if you keep directing yourself in the wrong direction, if you keep directing, not in the wrong direction, but directing yourself away from your actual true desires, your actual true feelings, it kind of stifles you. It stifles you. And you have all of this knowledge up here. You have all of this greatness. She's wearing this crown. She just looks a little sad. It's like, oh, what could be, you know? And it's like, oh, I'm going to hold on to this thing because it's familiar, because I know it, because I've been doing it. And it's really difficult. It's like, yeah, it's like the water bear. It's like holding on to that pitcher of water, being like, oh, well, I don't have anywhere to put this, so I'm just not going to put it down. You're like not even looking for a place to put it down, to allow yourself to find ease, that it's on a fine resting point. The next step is to allow the death of the old version of you. Take a ride on what fascinates you, excites you. What does fascinate and excite them? Let's see what else is here. What's fascinating and exciting? I know could be a lot of things because there's different people watching, but what's, oh, wow. Yeah, it's probably a lot of things. Did I get all of them? 3 things. Harmonize, service and strategy. Yes, exactly. I feel like there's a service involved to other people. Harmonize, service, strategy. Harmonizing what you're actually feeling inside. That's such a beautiful card too. Harmonizing what you're feeling inside, and then developing a strategy to be of service in that way from your inner harmony. You're meant to do something here. I feel like let's see. How are they meant to be of service? Sunrise and St. Elmo's fire. How are you meant to be of service? Dawning glory, relief. Premonition, resplendence, release. Yes, there's a release here when you become, or it's almost like letting other people release what's pent up inside for them. There might be something here of once you find your resting point for your pitcher of water, you help other people with their resting point of like putting down their emotional waters. Like there's almost like a road to like a counselor or therapist here, or maybe even healer in some ways. I feel like helping people see the light at the end of the tunnel, like the grass is greener on the other side, like helping people see their next steps because you have done it yourself. Because you have done it yourself, or when you do it yourself, or because of all of this, you're going to then be able to help people through this, like walk them through this same journey, like releasing their emotions and finding relief in being who they truly authentically are. So let's do one more. What card can I leave them off with? It's free. Okay. Brocken Spectre. Mystery, illusion, magnification. Mystery, illusion, magnification. I don't think these other cards were with it. Only one, please. Thank you. The card that I'm going to leave you with is this one. I'm going to read it out of the book too. Where did I put it? All right. Okay. On high peaks, fearful figures loom large in the clouds, but they are not ghosts, merely the shadows hikers cast into the mists below. The Brocken Spectre, though named for the mountain where the phenomenon became a legend, is glimpsable from any misty peak. Do not let a distorted self-image scare you off the path. Do not let a distorted self-image scare you off the path. The shadow that you've been casting is not you. You in your wholeness are you, not just your shadow. What might scare you about being truly authentic and truly expressing yourself as you are might be all of the shadows in there that you don't like. But that's not, those singular things are not you. All of it is you. All of it, who you are, who you were before, who you are now, who you're going to be in the future, that is all a part of you. Don't let a distorted self-image scare you off the path. That is such a good message. You are on your path and you can get to where you're supposed to be going. This is a reminder that This is so distracting. Every time that happens, yes, even when there's this is your reminder that even though there's distracting moments, even though you might pause and take a beat and, you know, for a couple weeks you're like, what did I just do for the past couple weeks? Like, what did I even do? I didn't really get anywhere. I didn't get anywhere for a whole year. Where was I for that whole year? It doesn't matter how many times that happens. You can still continue and walk your path, still continue to be your authentic self. All of that other time is not wasted. That's still a part of your experience. You still learned, you still gained knowledge. It doesn't matter how many times you stop or pause and then get back on the horse. You're going to get there, and your pathway forward is magnificent. We've got a lot of these like rainbows and like harmonize, and like I feel like these cards together are really, really pretty. It's a circle. These are both circles. You can't really see it right here, but it becomes a circle. It's a spiral. Your journey is a spiral, and you will get there. Just keep being you. That's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments, and I will see you in the next one.